I can smell your beans. Good morning. I'm Richard, and this is
Paul.
And we are Richard and Paul, funnily enough. And this is
Sunday Chat!
It is. Welcome to the show, our weekly episode of sofa chat and banter here in our front room in London, West London, home of many beautiful, beautiful historic palaces, gardens and attractions for tourists to enjoy and appreciate the history that is London. Come to London, visit London, enjoy London. So, Paul, what's on the agenda today? Dry feet, perhaps? Maybe you need some of my Super Silky Potion. Super Silky Potion by Vivi. This was my gift from the lovely Vivi of What Vivi Did Next and Vivi's Kitchen Garden. It's an absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous perfumed oil, moisturizing, super silky and super gorgeous. Thank you, Vivi.
That was for your birthday.
That's what I mean. Maybe we could try it on your dry, horrid feet.
Hobbit feet.
Horrid Hobbit. That could be a children's novel. Horrid Hobbit. Starring you, Paul.
Have you taken a chatter pill this morning?
No. Just the usual meds.
Do you want me to go off and you can just chat endlessly to yourself?
Are you feeling slightly left out, Paul?
No, it's just I've got things to do, so, you know, if you want to chat on and on and on
We're
and
making
on
this
and
show
on
at
and
this
on and
moment.
on and on and on and on and on.
We're making this show at the moment, Paul. Be in the moment. Be present in the here and now with the audience. Not mind somewhere else. No.
I'm thinking of my beans.
We've got beans on the boil.
Yeah. Simmering.
What kind of beans are they, Paul?
Borlotti.
I'm giving you space.
Borlotti
Space.
beans. And they're a slightly different type of borlotti. They're a slimmer borlotti than we have grown before.
Ooh,
And
why
even
is
though,
that?
well, they were lots more. Well, there's different varieties of borlotti.
What variety are they, Paul?
They're variety.
Oh, you don't
They're
know.
a new Italian one that we tried, and even though there's lots in the pods, they're slightly smaller beans, but they are lovely. Yeah. So they are being cooked at the moment, and once they're al dente, they will be used for a tomato-based borlotti dish. I'm not quite sure what yet.
But it's going to be some kind of gorgeous, gorgeous, tomatoey, borlotti-y, stewy type thing.
Yes, it
And that
might
we're
be
going to
sort of,
thoroughly enjoy, I'm
it
sure.
might be sort of baked beansy
Ooh.
type of thing.
Oh, lovely.
So it might have a slightly sweet tang to it and a
And you're
slightly.
going to make some lovely dumplings.
So it might have a slightly sweet and smoky tang to it. And in answer to your interruption, I was going to say interrupted question, it was my interrupted question. Possibly.
Oh, I hope so. I love a good dumpling. Don't you?
Oh, we haven't had dumplings for a long. Well, it's
No.
been summer, so we
I
haven't
think
had
we're
dumplings.
due. I think
Yeah.
we're due a dumpling. Let's move on, shall we? First of all, second of all,
Light and airy,
third of all,
just like Richard's head.
next on the agenda, I want to say a big bloody thank you to all the lovely people. Well, I think we should introduce more swearing to the show, frankly. It's part of our lives, it's a big part of my life. And a big bloody thank you to all the lovely, and this is, I am being genuine now. That's my genuine face. Is that my genuine face, Paul? Is that the one I use?
I'm not sure.
Neither am I now. I don't know who I am.
I just need to check what a genuine face is when I ask him a question.
Well,
next
you
time.
should know after 27 years.
27 long years.
Yes, I think people get the picture, Paul. You've said that before many times.
I know, but it's even longer now, isn't it? Yeah.
No, I genuinely thank you for all the lovely birthday wishes that you've sent me through Facebook, on here, on somewhere else.
Planet Vegetaria,
Vegetaria.
Facebook, here,
That's it.
and also in the post. And that was a lovely card you got from Michelle, wasn't it?
Lovely, thank you,
very
Michelle.
much, Michelle. That was a beautiful card. Lots of lovely clouds. Lovely.
Yeah. So thank you very much. And the other thank yous we want to make right at the beginning of the show are to all our new subscribers who've recently joined the channel. Thank you. And to our old subscribers, thank you. And to the very old ones, we do hope you're still with us. No, we do.
Oh, we do.
I was being serious.
No, I know we do. Oh, dear.
Sincerely. So thank you. Thank you. Next. Oh, and also a special hello and congratulations to Dave and Rose, who got married yesterday. Yay! Congratulations. We hope you had a fabulous day. I'm sure by the looks of the weather, you had a perfect day.
Yeah. And the looks of the photos. You've seen some photos.
I have seen a couple of sneaky peeks that were sent to me. Congratulations and lots of love to you both.
And also to Kieran and his partner as well.
Oh yes, Kieran.
Who got
Lovely.
married last weekend, I think it was.
They did.
At the back of last week. And it was absolutely fabulous to see those photos on Planet
Yes.
Vegetaria and for you to share those with us. So
Lovely.
thank you very much, Kieran. That was an interesting wedding breakfast as well. Love to know what you had later on in the day.
Would you know?
I would. No, I don't mean like that. No, I mean food-wise. Oh, you're naughty.
I'm not naughty.
You're
You're the one who said
naughty.
it.
You're naughty.
Right, let's move on. Well done, everybody, for wonderful nuptials.
Naughty.
Naughty nuptials. So, the other thing that I would like to raise, if I may, is the subject of negative comments. And I'm not going to beat around the bush. This is regarding some comments made on the video that Vivi posted of our recent trip for my birthday to the fantastic Kew Gardens. I've been following some of the comments, and it's really, really interesting to see what people perceive as positive and negative comments. What I perceived to be quite a negative comment, using words like hate and sickening, other people didn't seem to think that was negative. And it opens up the question of people's perception. For me, in the English language, if you're using words like hate or sickening, to me, those are negative words.
Oh, they're grossly negative.
And I think we only have to look at the news to see how skillfully negative subjects are tackled with positive language that's neutral and non-judgmental. So I just wanted to bring that up to say to everybody, we should all be mindful of the language we use on social media. Because, believe it or not, the kings of social media are watching, and it's a big subject at the moment for YouTube and Facebook about how their users handle their own posts. So we all need to be mindful of that.
We have deleted a number of posts.
We have, yeah.
And we have taken a couple of subscribers off
Down.
as well. Because actually, we're not about negativity and hate. We're about trying to resolve situations and get better solutions and try and create a positive atmosphere. And that's really important. The world we live in at the moment has enough negativity. We don't need to add to that furnace.
And let's not forget, we live in this world. And we don't think it consists of unicorns and rainbows and everything's lovely. We know, we're two gay men who grew up in the 70s and the 80s. Believe you me, we know what negativity feels like.
We know what hate feels like.
And we know what hate feels like. So, we're no strangers to that world. We follow the news. We know what's going on in the world. We participate in ways that hopefully help to heal some of the problems that we have in this world. So we don't bury our heads in the sand. We're fully aware. However, that does not prevent us from using solution-based, what's the word?
Interventions.
Yeah, solution-based interventions, solution-based thinking to help move towards a more positive future. And also, we're not in the business of looking backwards all the time. We know that history is pretty dodgy, especially for Britain and the royals and the government, but it's also pretty dodgy now.
Oh yes, don't think
Let's
that
not.
Everybody who's on the at the front of things and on the pedestal at the moment are not going to be chastised in the future.
Yeah.
History is history, and the thing is, we do need to know it.
Yeah.
There was a comment from an American politician this week that actually people don't need to know about history because it's completely irrelevant. No, it's not.
No.
History is where we have got to through the process of what has happened.
But you don't hear historians talking about a story to do with history going, those hateful people in the past, they did this, that doesn't happen. We simply comment on what happened and then we move forwards and come back into the present, where we can also appreciate beauty and the aesthetic of
absolutely.
a space as a separate emotion. It doesn't need to be linked in with all the shit, really. Having an ability as a human being to separate your emotions and compartmentalize the various emotions that you have is a real skill, and it's something we all have to work on, because we have to be able to appreciate things as something on its own. A piece of art, for example, could have been created by some horrendous person who led an awful life.
Hitler, he was an artist.
But if that but his art wasn't that good. But if that art is to be appreciated alone, there's actually a famous, well, it's not so famous, a song by Kate Bush called Heads We're Dancing. And it's all about this woman who goes to a ball and she meets this charming man who asks her to dance and takes her around the ballroom and gives her a great time of an evening. And it's only the day after she discovers that it's Hitler. So,
but going back to Hitler being an artist, he wasn't a great artist.
No, he wasn't.
But there is a particular painting that he did, which has the most amazing light in it. It's a street scene with stone houses, and the light across some steps is quite astonishing. Now, I'm not a fan of his artwork, but that
or
particular or the person, yeah. But
'Cause
that
we'd be dead.
particular painting, the light in it, I can appreciate
Yeah.
the way that light has been painted and the thought that has gone into painting that light. I don't like anything else about the person that has actually created
Really?
that, but just that light is quite astounding.
I mean, it's kind of like the equivalent of saying Henry VIII was mean to those women that he, married and chopped their heads off. Let's bulldoze the palace. Let's make a car park. Really? You need to be able to separate those things off.
Yeah.
Surely. To be a well-rounded,
Moving on.
mature person.
Moving on.
And that's all I've got to say on the subject. Really. I call bullshit.
You've said that's all you've got to say. Move on.
I'm calling bullshit on that one, okay? Sorry about the swearing. I do apologise. Thank you. What's next, Paul?
We're going to be having a quiet time this week.
Yes, we are. We're having a few days off, aren't we?
Yeah. So I think the next video that will be uploaded will be Friday live.
Yes. You've noticed we've taken a little break from Wily Wednesday. Come on, you have had a lot of stuff from us recently.
And moving on from going on and on and on, Richard.
Well, it is a show that requires us to talk.
I'll go and check my beans.
Go on, you wanted the talking plant.
Wow. This is one of the avocados that I potted up into here in soil and left outside. I think it was about May. This is the other one, which has actually got another shoot growing there. I'm not sure whether I should take
I
it off or
can't
not.
see it. Oh yeah, no, I think you should leave it.
Little shoot there.
It might come out as a double avocado.
So these were just potted on into a soil and compost mix, so not just compost, and have done really well. The reason that this one is smaller is when we had that really cold bite about 4 or 6 weeks ago, it actually died back. So this has grown in the last, I think it's about 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Then when I was putting in the broad beans, the autumn harvesting broad beans, I came across another avocado stone that had a little root on it that had been in the compost last year. So I've potted it onto here, and I'm wondering whether it's going to grow or not. But it did have a little root, a tiny root on it when I put it in. So we might end up with 3, but we certainly got 2.
And what are we doing with them over winter?
They're
Because now
going to
we've
be-
reached autumn. The nights are cold, aren't they?
They are now inside. I brought them in about a week ago, maybe 10 days ago. And they're now inside, and they're going to go upstairs into the lightest part of the house, where actually we have quite a few plants
We
now.
do. It's turning into a plant menagerie.
We didn't have plants in the house for a long
Years.
time because of our cats.
Who systematically destroyed every single house plant we ever had,
It was either chewed,
including a 16-year-old bonsai.
yeah, it was either chewed or nudged off the side.
Or pooed on.
Oh yes,
Millie
there was
used it as a
yeah.
litter tray once,
Yeah.
bless her. Lovely.
So it'll be interesting to see what happens with those avocados. Before anyone says, I do know it takes an awful long time for them to fruit, and we're not expecting these to fruit at all.
Really?
Because we don't have the space either in a house or in a greenhouse to be able to grow them over here. But I think it's about 10 years before they fruit. I think it's the same as walnuts. It's quite a long time before they actually start fruiting.
So we'll keep you posted.
We will keep you posted.
Posted.
They are just house plants, effectively,
Yes.
and outdoor plants.
They're house plants. Just for the beauty. Really? And you wanted to say something about the peas.
Yes, Sarah, from Sweden. Thank you very much for the peas. So these are train driver mountain range peas that Sarah from Sweden has sent us.
What?
Train driver mountain range
driver?
peas. They're a giant pea. So next year we already have some peas from Jane's allotment, and we also have some peas from Old Gardener Guy, Robert Old Gardener Guy. I think those are Hurst Green, those from Rob. So those are going to be our peas for next year. We didn't grow peas this year. And
we grew chickpeas.
They didn't do too well.
No, and you ate most of them raw, didn't you? I know you did, because none came home. You were snacking on them, weren't you? After you saw Vivi in her video snacking on them, you decided to follow suit and snack all the chickpeas. We could have made dolly falafels out of those chickpeas.
Have you finished?
Fairy falafels we could have made. It's like Pag with his small potato.
Oh, that was great.
He could have made fairy mash.
Yeah. It would have been
But
just enough to top a pea, I think.
In the garden. Go on.
No, you're going on. You're going on and 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 on.
That's an ABBA song.
What ABBA song?
On and on and on.
On and on and on.
It
What
is.
else have we got? So what's going on at the plot? Yes. You may remember last Sunday I said I was a bit anxious because we had a working party at the allotment followed by a barbecue, and barbecues are not my favourite things. However, we had a really good turnout at the working party. The person that normally manages the working parties, she was ill, so I was managing the working party. Really good number of people turned up. We got a great amount done. We also got 350 litre water butts fitted to our communal shed so that we have water over the winter, because when it gets to about November we turn the water off and it goes back on after the frosts have gone in the new year.
Is that to stop the pipes from bursting?
It is to stop the pipes from bursting, and I think this year on our drainage on the plot we're going to have to do some rodding of the drainage, so we're going to be doing that in the winter as well.
It's like a ceremony, the rodding of the drainage.
It is. And then the barbecue, I set up the barbecue. I was given a sort of chimney thing. Somebody brought a chimney thing where you light the bottom bit with a fire lighter thing and then put the coals in. It worked really well. So we had two barbecues, one for meat and one for vegetarian food. And yeah, so my anxiety that I did have really ebbed away shortly after people started arriving for the working party, which was really great. So we had a good day and met a few people that I haven't seen for a while, so that was good. But there's a lot going on, a lot of thinking going on about the plots. As you know, we're going to be moving from our lower plot to a plot that is becoming vacant on the 1st of October directly next to our top plot. Everything is looking very autumnal now. However, the Kew Gardens, Kew palace, kitchen, gardens inspired beds are doing really well. And I think there is a couple of turnips growing from your sowings and some radish. They might be quite small because they were so closely sown.
I thought radish could be closely sown.
They're big radish.
Are they the ones from Clarice?
Yes.
The black ones?
Yes.
I'm looking forward to eating those.
What I'm really amazed at is the kohlrabi and the fennel.
What?
All of that has been direct sown, and the kohlrabi is looking quite stunning at the moment. It's growing. I did notice it had been pecked. One of them had been pecked yesterday. But I'm really, really happy with that. Our perpetual spinach is doing really well as well. We're going to be making a spanakopita with that, which is basically feta and spinach in a phyllo pastry. So we're going to be making that. That's not going to be a video. We may do that later in the year, but yeah, that's not going to be a video today or coming up soon, but it will be one in the future.
What else? Making tomato sauces.
Oh yes.
The house was filled yesterday with the glorious smell of roasting tomatoes, garlic and onions. It was actually very, very divine smell. Normally I moan at the cooking smells.
I'm sure they'd never guess that.
Especially if we're going to bed and the upstairs smells of dinner. But the smell was so beautiful, really beautiful, because there is a sweetness to those tomatoes now, and that comes through in the cooking smell. And yeah, we went to bed sort of salivating.
Well, you did.
I did. I went to bed thinking I could just eat spaghetti now.
What's that, about 11:30 at night?
I know I could have done quite easily. I know, it's terrible.
So that so we're doing an awful lot, as many people are, an awful lot of prepping of stuff and freezing of stuff at the moment. So there are some more. I brought back 9 kilos of tomatoes yesterday, and I think there'll be about another 9 kilos to sort today as well. So
I mean, they're good tomatoes as well. It's not like you've gone to the supermarket and bought a bag of, you know, bog standard, flavourless tomatoes. These are full of juicy flavour, plump, ripe, red, gorgeous little bundles of colour and flavour, full of goodness.
I think it's outrageous that supermarkets sell those salad tomatoes that literally taste of
Water.
nothing.
They're just water.
Absolutely nothing.
And there's no colour to the flesh inside.
No, there isn't.
They're pale flesh. These are red flesh, like the flesh of
red tomatoes.
Yes.
Yeah. Again, Amish paste. It is a tomato we would always do now.
Yes, definitely.
Absolutely always do. It has the right sweetness, the right acidity. It has the right texture for us for a sandwich. It also cooks nicely and warms through nicely for toasted.
Yeah.
So
or
cheese
broiled,
and toast.
as you say in America.
Yeah, broiled. Yeah, I don't get that. But yeah. Yeah, American words. I mean, please. We had a biscuits and a scones thing on Planet Vegetaria.
Don't
this
say
week.
American words, please.
Well, I mean, you know, it's aluminum.
Don't insult.
Aluminum.
Don't insult.
It's aluminium.
Our lovely American friends.
It's aluminium. It's actually a metal. It's aluminium. It's not
Yeah,
aluminum.
all right, Paul.
But yeah,
Slay.
scones,
Yeah, okay.
and shut up.
Back to the subject
Shut
now.
up. And biscuits. It's that seems to be an endless thing, and of course there is confusion because sometimes what we call biscuits over here is actually a bread roll. So there is confusion, but we're going to have to do some research to see why things suddenly
Really?
got called biscuits when they got to America. Not quite sure why.
Really?
I think it must be something to do with the travelling to America and having to keep bread and things dry so that they could actually be eaten in that
Next
long journey.
now.
I'm going to check the beans.
So
the plot. So there's a lot going on at the
we've
plot.
done that.
No, I haven't
You've
done
just
that.
been talking about it. You said it's
I
all very
haven't.
autumnal.
Yes, but I
And there are
haven't
parsnips
finished.
and
I haven't.
doodads.
I didn't say. Did I mention
Turnips.
parsnips? I
Turnips.
didn't mention parsnips.
Turnips. Well, they end with nips.
So, beginning to plan out what is going to go where on the new site. And have decided that there is going to be an area of soft fruits because we don't really have an area of soft fruits at the moment. Right, I'm going
They
to
need
go
to
on.
have nets on them because the pigeons will eat them, Paul. It's going to have to be a fruit cage of some description. Believe you me, I know, because you told me already the parakeets eat all of the apples.
No, the parakeets eat the apples above a parakeet line.
Oh, so where were
Why are you pressing on me?
Where were all the apples last year then?
There weren't any.
No,
'cause
exactly.
I ate them. I ate the ones
No,
below
you
the parakeet line. I didn't bring them home.
Ridiculous, Paul.
No, the parakeets don't get the soft fruits. Little birds.
They
would get,
will, given the chance.
Little birds would get the soft
Yeah.
fruits because they're light. A parakeet on a soft fruit would really bend it over.
The weather is stunning. As I predicted, we are having that beautiful Indian summer. Cheers. What? I was right. We're having a beautiful Indian summer. Blue skies, warm days, chilly nights though, aren't they? We've had to snuggle up, haven't we, Paul, to get warm together on the sofa. We haven't put the heating back on, have we? Are you going to talk now?
No, you're doing plenty. You carry on. You carry on. I'll just look gorgeous.
This is called Richard and Paul.
Oh, right. Okay, I'm
The
glad
viewers-
you remembered that.
The viewers do want the banter.
Do
There's
they-
no
do
banter
they-
if you shut your mouth and don't talk, Paul.
What? I can't get my words in edgeways, frontways, backwards, or whatever.
No, but it's the trying that they enjoy watching.
Oh, you're very trying.
I think we've covered it all, Paul.
Oh,
I think we've done it.
thank the Lord.
We've done it. Another classic Richard and Paul Sunday chat for you.
Well, I'm not sure it's a classic.
Quality.
You were just going on and whinging and moaning and just going on and on and
I have
on
to do the
and
contractual
on and
bit
on.
now. Richard and Paul since 2017. Richard and Paul on Facebook, Planet Vegetaria, Instagram, Twitter. Any others? No, that's it. And YouTube, of course.
I'm going to be doing something.
What?
I'm going to be doing a sort of diary.
What?
Yeah, it's going to be called the Paul Diary, and it's going to be just a sort of bit about my life in growing and things like that. So it's going to be more of a written blog on Richard and Paul
Oh, on our website.
on our website.
Oh, well, it's about bloody time. Really?
14!
Honestly, that website's severely neglected, Paul.
It is. I think we're going to
We do
revamp it.
apologise.
I think we're going to revamp the website.
We haven't had time.
No, we have actually. We haven't had
No.
time.
It's difficult.
I am absolutely astonished. It's the middle of September. I know there's a thing that as you get older, people say time goes faster, but boy, it's the middle of September and the growing season just seems to have come and gone. And yes, there are still things to do. There's garlic to plant. There's broad beans to sow and overwinter, and green manures to get out and things like that. But I just don't know where time goes.
No. The other thing that I wanted to say, people have been asking me about doing a photo book. I have looked into it, but to do one of reasonable quality would be prohibitively expensive. It would end up costing you to buy from me around 50 quid with very little profit for me, and a lot of expense to you. So I'm not sure that's going to be something that I'm going to pursue yet, because I don't have the money to lay out.
But what we are going to do is look into how you may be able to buy some of the photos that
yes.
Richard does take on a regular basis. So choosing a few of those.
Just broken my pen.
Just interrupted again.
Sorry.
So we are looking at that. There's a few ways that we've looked at that we may be able to do that, and maybe
watch
even
this space.
Maybe even some cards or something like that.
Okay. So that's it, isn't it? Now?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. You're very red this morning.
Red?
Yeah.
Well, it's because I caught the sun.
Alright.
At Q.
Why am I not red then?
You're always brown
Oh, right.
and wrinkled.
That's because I laugh and smile. Do a smile. Oh, dearie me.
Thank you.
You've got oh, look, you've got a line there. Look,
What?
you've got a line.
God. Well, that's because you won't pay for my...
Certainly not good. No.
I can't afford it.
I've got some vermiculite. If we crush up some vermiculite and mix a bit of water in it, we could inject that.
I'm due a chemical peel, I think, quite soon. That'll get rid of that one.
Do you just rub a grapefruit over your face?
No, I use a special...
Would that would, because that's got acid.
Fruit acids, you can do a
It's got
chemical
fruit
peel
acids.
using kiwis.
Oh, we got kiwis.
Kiwis and aspirin.
Really?
Yeah, because it's the dudar acid in the aspirin. I can't remember the name of the acid in the aspirin.
Oh, we were talking about this.
And there is fruit acid in kiwis. Yeah, you've got to be careful though. You don't want to burn your skin. You just want to take the top layer off.
You.
It doesn't you.
Isn't you aspirin?
I don't know. We're going now because we're just waffling. Thank you, bloody thank you, for joining us this lovely Sunday in September. And we'll see you very soon for more mayhem and fun. Goodbye.
Waffle. Yeah.
Say
waffle.
goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Thank you. Take care. Bye for now.
And we'll see you next week for another
Thanks.
Sunday Chat.
Thanks for coming. See you again. Bye. Thank you. Bye. Bye. We're waiting for you to go around the corner.